Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Rakwah Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Shalom to mighty Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from the son of captivity, as well as the speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, we're going to go into these questions that were put on another brother's comment board. But I thought, this is a perfect opportunity to get into a certain thing. This is the first, it was two questions. This is the first question. Thankfully, it's on the freaking thumbnail, so I don't have to go searching the video for both of them. But we'll read this first. It says, I have a question for you at 9 minutes. You seem to be saying that the laws of YAHAWAH are, well, he says, he doesn't say YAHAWAH, but I'm going to read it like that, are different today for us, but I thought you guys at GMS teach the laws was never changed. If the law was never changed, how can you say a man can't have a young wife today if you believe the law was not changed? No offense, but it seems like a contradiction from your perspective. All you camps, including GMS, seem to fall under the verse Matthew 15, 7 to 9, teaching the doctrine and the commandments of men. Now, isn't that what you guys are teaching us by telling us to obey wicked laws of the land? Just so you know, I've been watching GMS for 10 years, but no one will address my question. I would appreciate an answer from you, please. This is from someone named Nathan Roberts. Now, I'm not really going to go into that question per se, because I think I already answered this in one of my previous lessons. I think I just did a lesson either yesterday or the day before that where I literally talked about this. And the thing about what he's saying, what he's talking about, is how he is over here trying to. This is like an insincere kind of like entrapment. That's like how I think that's the best way to call it. This is basically entrapment. He's trying to not coerce, taunt and say, oh, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that, XYZ? Because clearly the Lord says that this is okay, so then that means that we're allowed to do this, or this is okay, or we should go against the laws of the land and stuff like that. And this is that type of wicked behavior where people are always set up to goad people into doing, because he knows, okay, I won't say definitively he knows, but I will say it's very much likely that he knows what he's doing and what he's trying to say. He's trying to say, if you think that this is okay, then why don't you do it, or why don't you promote people to do it, simply because, oh, the law says that it's okay, or the law says that it's fine, so then there shouldn't be any problem, and we can go against Babylon's laws or the laws of the land right now, when that is not what we're supposed to be doing. Let me actually get this to prove this. Romans chapter 13 verse 1, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of YAHAWAH. The powers that be are ordained of YAHAWAH. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of YAHAWAH, and they that resist it shall receive to themselves damnation. Now let me also get this to solidify. Job chapter 9 verse 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So over here, it's like, okay, he's clearly the point. The thing here in these two verses, I'm trying to the point I'm trying to illustrate through these two verses is that right now we are under the power of YAHAWAH, but also we are as like a subsection of the Lord's power, we are under Esau Edom, which actually let us also get one more verse to prove that. Psalms 17 verse 13, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the wicked is the sword of YAHAWAH, and YAHAWAH controls the wicked and controls his sword. Obviously, a sword needs a wielder and whatnot. So parabolically, metaphorically, the Lord has control over Esau, and as a result of that, the Lord is what is preventing us from doing certain practices. Hence, like for example, another parallel, which I don't know why he didn't just ask this instead, is obviously I do know why he didn't ask this, okay, because that's the part of the insincerity in trying to get people locked up. All right, but the thing here is how if the scriptures say certain things about, if you catch someone doing this, that, or the third, you have to stone them. So why aren't you advocating that? We should go and stone people for doing X, Y, and Z and whatnot. So, but instead you want to focus on this because this is how you entrap people. This is how you lead people into that snare to put them into that like whole. I forgot what the thing is called, but just this is how you entrap people. So as a result of that, rather than addressing the thing is being addressed, and of course we're not able to do that. We're not able to practice that, even though YAHAWAH and His does allow it as per the scriptures. All right, and I already did a lesson on this already. What the fuck? Okay, Slack, I was about to say. Anyway, the thing here is how, for the main thing I want to get into is just that this is an insincere question that's asked only to entrap people. So the next question that he had, which I have to find this now because I forgot to put it in the thing. Yeah, here it is. So, and I'm not gonna lie, the question, whatever. Let's just get it over with. The same person asking another question. So it's a sin to marry a 15-year-old person who is sexually mature just because the government says so. What if the government said you can't marry until 21? Would that make it a sin to marry a 20-year-old because the government said so? Answer my question, please. So basically, again, the thing here is that it's not a matter of it's a sin because that's what the government said. That's not how things work. And I'm pretty sure he's twisting brothers' words rather than actually listening. And that's the thing where questions like, and you can tell a lot about someone's perspective as well as their aim based off of, okay, how are they delivering their stuff, what's their tone in their delivery and stuff like this, and their word choice. And in this person's word choice, it's very obvious that, okay, he's trying to forcefully say that, okay, so if the age was actually 21 and someone wanted to be with a 20-year-old, then he's trying to say, oh well, it's okay, it's allowed, you can do that X, Y, and Z, or that's ridiculous X, Y, and Z, whatever. But in actuality, even if it was 20, if it was you have to be 21 to get married. Yes, it wouldn't be a sin, Slockin. That's the thing. It wouldn't be a sin, but it would still be something that you aren't able to do in the sense of, like, because Slockin, it's a little bit complex to explain, but I'm trying to go work my way through, and basically the exact same way that you would go through the law, like as of right now, like say for example, if a 17-year-old is trying to get married, they have to go through the specific laws and they need parental consent and all this stuff in order to actually do that. Okay, so there are certain ways to do that stuff, but even then, that's just not a good thing. And I think plenty of brothers have already said that you shouldn't be doing that in the first place, because it's just not a smart thing to do. And so it's really like you're jumping through all these hoops for what? And it's really just not, what's the word? I forgot the word. It's not conducive or productive to the to your salvation. You're really just being problematic, or trying to look after some sort of issues just for the sake of contention. All right, that's basically what he's doing, especially in how he delivers his he asks his question. Okay, so let's continue on. As I've done a whole bunch of speaking on it, but yet slack for not getting the scriptures out. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 23, but foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strife. And sometimes you do have to avoid certain questions like this, okay, because and I actually avoid. There are certain questions that I get in my comment boards which I leave unanswered, because very clearly I can tell that, okay, this person is very clearly being insincere and whatnot. But also certain times, you can like this, for example, rather than actually answering them directly in a comment reply, you can make a lesson out of them. And that's basically what I try to do. If I see someone basically asking a question, if I think it's sincere, then I will comment reply and make everything neat for them to understand. But if I think that they're insincere, then I will just, okay, let me just take the topic, screenshot, or literally show. Actually, I have to start screenshotting, because I saw a lot of my comments have been or the comments that some people ask those stupid questions on, they delete it. But basically what happened was, I get the comments, I respond to it, and then it's just like, okay, so I respond to it in a lesson rather than comment reply. And that's where you get these things like this, because there are people that are insincere and only want to force you to say something that is not politically correct, and then say, oh, look at this person, he promotes this, that, and whatever, rather than what is actually true. Because people have been saying you should not do that. All right. Matthew chapter 22 verse 21, they say unto him, Caesar. Oh, no. More context. Matthew chapter 22 verse. Let me start verse 15. Okay, yes, here it is. Matthew chapter 22 verse 15. They went to the Pharisee, then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk, and they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of Yahawah in truth, neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men. Tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not? Basically, tribute is like tax and stuff like that. So they were asking, should we be paying our tax? And this is the exact same thing that is being asked right here. Do we follow after the law of the land, or do we break the law of the land because it's not it's not directly a commandment of YAHAWASHI. That's basically what they were trying to get him to say. They're trying to get him to say, hey, don't pay your taxes, because that's not what YAHAWASHI said. That's not what Yahawah said, basically. That's what they were asking. Okay, verse 18. But Yahawashi perceived their wickedness and said, Why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Show me tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny. And he saith unto them, whose is this image and superscription? They say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto Yahawah the things that are Yahawah's. And when they had heard these words, they marveled and left him and went their way. Basically, Yahawashi, he gave them that smart answer of, because we are in captivity, because we are in subject to someone else, you have to definitely give what is owed to the person in charge. And that's the lesson that he told them. That's what he portrayed and taught. And then the flip side of that is just for today as well, where you have people that are going to ask stuff like this, like, oh, can we do this, or can we do that, whatever and whatnot. This is what Yahawadah said to do X, Y, and Z. We have to stone people and other stuff, among other stuff. And then as a result of that, the thing is that, okay, well, Yahawadah didn't say break the law. All right, he said, fulfill your duty onto the government, but also fulfill your duty onto Yahawah. All right, it's what's right. Okay, and it's moving in wisdom, basically. All right, so John chapter 13 verse 16, verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. Basically, Yahawashi, he was given opportunities like this, where, okay, yeah, he's going to be asked these questions in the exact same way we're going to be asked these questions as well. We have to be able to answer it just as he answered them in wisdom. All right. So, and also to end it off, Luke chapter 23 verse, let's start at verse 20. Pilate, therefore, willing to release Yahawashi, spake again unto them, but they cried, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. And he said unto them the third time, Why, what evil hath he done? I found no cause of death in him. I will therefore chastise him and let him go. Basically, Yahawashi hadn't done anything, but yet the people, they were trying to find fault with him. They were trying to, incite punishment, getting him in trouble for something that he clearly did not do. And then as a result of that, Slakia. And then as a result of that, because we are not greater than Yahawashi, there may come a time where we're going to be accused of certain things, even if we aren't actually guilty. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Rakwakwedash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, the water ball, and shalom.